Hilda was depressed, overweight, sickly, and constantly fatigued. Born in 1896 and reared on a Canadian farm, her diet was rich in meat, milk, cream, butter, eggs, and candy. By the age of 16, she was carrying 160 pounds on her 5'2" frame. In her 20s, she became a dietitian, a vegetarian, and married a doctor. A better diet helped, but she worked long hours indoors without much exercise. Between the ages of 65 and 91, she did many amazing things. Because her beloved husband had died when she was age 60, she started to walk to relieve some of her sadness and depression. Daily exercise improved her health as well as her mood. As she walked, she set some new records in the process. As I said, between the ages of 65 and 91, Hilda Crooks scaled the 14,505 foot Mount Whitney 23 times. She won 8 world athletic records for women over 80 and climbed 86 different Southern California peaks, all over 5,000 feet. She was affectionately known as Grandma Whitney, and the peak, Mount Whitney, was actually named for her, in her honor in 1990. A typical day for 80-year-old Hulda was early to bed, early to rise, out jogging at 5:30 in the morning. She said, "It takes me 12 minutes to jog and 15 minutes to walk." She did some upper trunk exercises, worked in the yard, walked to the market, and worked. At age 91, she became the oldest woman to climb Mount Fuji in Japan. She died at 101 without depression. You need both good diet and sufficient exercise. The exercise is absolutely essential in keeping up good circulation. If you don't exercise, the circulation becomes sluggish, and it affects the entire body, the mental state as well. She enjoyed walking outside, especially in nature, and she called nature the picture book of the Bible. Hulda Crooks believed that mental attitude has so much to do with every function of the body. It can develop an attitude of gratitude for the blessings that we all have. And it would be much better off if we thought of these things. What if I don't feel like exercising? Usually I do it anyway. She showed the world that mental, physical, and spiritual health are attainable at any age. Do you need to climb a mountain in order to obtain exercise advantage? Actually, a daily regime of modest exercise has a powerful effect on the mind as well as the body. When you feel better, you think better. Of course, you need to check with your physician. You need to know if it is healthy or your heart is healthy enough for physical activity, or what are your lungs, if you're good enough health for physical exercise. Hilda climbed more than mountains. She climbed out of poor health habits and depression into a healthy, balanced lifestyle, and you can too. Remember, motion balances emotion. You may be in a situation where movement is limited to illness or paralysis. But many of God's blessings are still available to you. One day soon, the lame shall leap like a deer, and the tongue of the dumb shall sing. And the inhabitant will not say, I am sick. In the meantime, move what you can and do what you can. Again, work with your healthcare provider to adopt a plan. God blessed man with exercise as an antidote to many mental and physical maladies. A 10-minute brisk walk can yield 1 hour of increased energy, reduce tension, whereas a sugary snack can result in fatigue and tension. Moderate intensity exercise is actually more beneficial than high intensity for the release of anxiety. Movement creates powerful positive changes in physical, mental, and mood states. They actually found that students who exercise show lower levels of anxiety, shyness, loneliness, and hopelessness than less active peers. A single bout of exercise can be valuable for short-term memory. It can reduce tension, anger, and confusion. And regular exercise increases the ability to handle stress by lowering stress hormones. Exercise the brain. Exercise helps the brain because, again, talking about circulation and blood movement up to the brain. Improves mental processing, learning, and memory. And it also stimulates, along with the blood flow, it stimulates neuron growth and repair. It sharpens focus and the ability to filter out distractions, improves planning, judgment, initiative, and creativity, which I found that it helps with creativity. That must be why when I walk, my mind's going 90 about, oh, this would be good, oh, I could do this. And so I believe that it does improve planning and judgment and creativity. What's the best kind of exercise? The one you're going to stick to. It's easy to think about it, not easy to keep it in the forefront of your day, but it says brisk walking for 45 minutes 3 times a week can improve mental processing abilities that normally decline with age. I think everybody's a little afraid of Alzheimer's and dementia. We all think, I don't ever want to go down that road. So it's a good way to prevent some of those aging diseases. Walking is a great way to exercise. We're made to walk. That's how we were created. So it's the best overall. You don't have to climb a mountain. You don't have to jog. Walking. Instead of avoiding walking, I see people in being a nurse. I see people, I've worked in long-term care, I've worked in home care, and I've worked in community-based practice. And when you see people in long-term, oftentimes they're in wheelchairs. You see people in home health, oftentimes they have a scooter or a wheelchair, and sometimes there's reasons, of course, that they can't walk, but out in the community, people have to walk into the clinic on their own And some of my patients are 103 years old. So keep moving is the secret, as long as you can, to the best ability that you can. But find something you're willing to stick to, and they recommend having a plan for every season. Some of our seasons give us work already, like snow shoveling, raking, yard work, gardening, as well as jogging, hiking, bicycling, swimming, skiing, gym workout, resistance training, golfing, gardening, chores. Maybe you can afford to hire out the chores that you need to do every day. The raking in the yard, the gardening, the snow shoveling. But if you can do it yourself, we'd be better off if we did it ourselves. God has given exercise to help us avoid needless suffering and disease brought on by inactivity. From the beginning, God linked exercise with lifestyle and nutrition. Movement creates positive changes in physical and mental and emotional states. How thankful we can be for the mental and the physical blessings of movement. Motion balances emotion, so when you feel down, get up and get moving. God blessed man with exercise as an antidote for many mental and physical maladies, as I said, and he will help both improve as you get up and move. Blessed are those that keep my ways, for by me your days will be multiplied and years of life will be added to you. Proverbs 8:32 and 9:11.